Well, John, firstly, what did you say at half-time?
I just said that we're in the game. There's nothing to panic about. To be honest, we were disappointed to concede the goal, and I thought we were a bit passive in terms of the way we pressed. But that was my fault for the way that we set up. What we wanted to do was try and frustrate Holland and make sure that they took risks as the game went on. And the big thing for us was to make sure we came away to one of these sides and we don't find ourselves blown away in the first half. So although it wasn't great, we were still in the game, and there was the goal. But then Nico probably had one shot to save after that. We had a few opportunities on the counter attack. We had a couple of opportunities where we nicked the ball back high up, and that was the pleasing thing in amongst an okay first half, is that we stayed in the game. And the second half, we wanted to make sure we stayed in it and didn't go 2 down or 3 down like we have done in previous away games. And to be honest, obviously the boys got the goal really early on, and from then on it was one-way traffic. I don't think Nico had a save to make in the second half, and there were pressure after pressure after pressure, and I thought it was a magnificent second half performance.
In the week, you mentioned about the style and how you don't often see it. How do you think we dealt with that? And was there sort of a change in approach at half-time as well?
We just wanted to be slightly more aggressive and release one of the centre forwards onto the goalkeeper. But when you do that, you saw when they broke out of the press how difficult it is to actually deal with. And when they play those 1-2s around you, they're sharp players, they're really good players at this level. And that was just one thing we decided to take a bit more of a risk on. We didn't want to go gung-ho and find ourselves out of the game because we've been picked off, but we just wanted to be a bit more front-footed and a bit more aggressive. What it does do is it leaves you sometimes exposed at the back line, and I thought the back line in the second half did that really well. So we saw a huge amount of pressing high up, but the whole team, to be honest, were really good.
In terms of the rest of the second half display, what do you make of it? You must be really pleased.
I thought there was only one team in it. I thought there was only one team that was going to go and get the winner, and we should have scored from the chances that we created. We should have had 2 penalties in the game. There should have been a red card for Charlie Hughes, and there wasn't. And we just need a bit more. We need a bit more from the officials there. And actually, we need a lot more.
How much encouragement can you take in terms of the performance from your players in the second 45?
I think loads, but I'd caveat it with the fact that we've been here before, not quite as good as that, but we've been here before. Certain games, Sheffield United, Burnley, other games where I've thought, okay, we've been on the front foot against really good sides, and we've looked like we're a dangerous team. We've looked like we've got the capability to play through sides. We now have to go and do it again. That's where we've struggled this season, and that's the big message to the boys now when we take that long trip home and then the long trip down to Plymouth on Monday. We've got to do it again. We've got to make sure we are at that level again for the Plymouth game. We're at that level again for the Preston game, and then we've got a break after that. The more times we put in performances like that, I've got absolutely no worries that we'll pick up points.
You've just mentioned it a couple of answers ago, but we'll go back to it. That penalty incident, we'll sort of isolate that one. I think it's got a few of us scratching our heads. How did you see it?
Which one?
On Cassini-Engi.
Because there's one on Callum Lang in the first half as well, which we think is a Stonewall penalty. I have no idea. I've got no idea, Max. It's a penalty. It's clear as day. The linesman's on that side as well, and it's not given. So, those are the moments that aren't quite going for us at the moment. And I'll go and speak to the referee after and see what he says.
And like you say, it was constant pressure in the second half, and so close to winning it at the end as well through Callum Lang.
Yeah, I mean, we had Josh Murphy with that break down the right hand side, and a couple of opportunities then to put the ball in the back of the net. And yeah, those are the moments that haven't quite gone for us so far this season, and again didn't go for us. But the pleasing thing is, maybe in other games you get into the 92nd, 93rd minute and concede a goal, and your heads are all in the bin despite the good performance. That obviously didn't happen today, which is really pleasing, and it's just about using that and kicking on to Tuesday.
3 changes. Nico came back in. Like you said, not a lot to do for him in the second half. Cassini-Engi up top as well. But Matt Ritchie, you want to talk about him coming in for his first start in a while. What did he add to the performance today?
He adds leadership as a very, very sort of base of his game, which is great to have that voice and that leadership, that energy on the pitch. And to be honest, we weren't going to take Matt off, but he cramped up. I thought his performance was excellent. He brings the quality that we know we've seen over the years with Matt, and it's just been about getting him to the level to compete again, playing regular football. I thought he was really, really good today.
And just finally, a nice moment with the fans at the end who will really understand and will see how much effort went in, and particularly in that second half as well.
Yeah, we always get an honest response from the fans, and we saw that in the second half how entertaining I guess it must have been for the Portsmouth fans to come here. It's one heck of a trip. We did it in a couple of parts yesterday, so we're always fully aware of that, and we just want to make sure that, and I think that's all the fans care about. They want to see that passion, they want to see that enthusiasm, and a bit of quality and a bit more quality at times. But I think really, really good to build on that and to go again, because we've got another long trip on Monday and Tuesday.